Hello friends, my name is Dan and welcome to a SnowRunner Let's Play, we shall call it. I'm gonna guide you through the whole game. I played it already through. I got me a new save. You can do this by deleting your old save game folder, telling the Epic Launcher to download a new one, and you get this. You start with nothing, $5,000 to my name, and a little to mod here on the side. If you wanna see what mods I'm using, you can see this on the screen right now. I played the game through already, so I literally finished the whole game, so I'm gonna do me a favor and play with some mods, but I still can help you guys out in making it easier for you. Especially the first 30 minutes are a pain if you're new and you have no idea what's going on and you're still roaming around like I did on the first time I played this through with the shitty trucks, with these starter trucks, which get later really good, but on the start they're really bad, and there's some ways to improve your gameplay experience a little. So we shall dive into it and I'll be right back with you. Welcome in the tutorial. I'm playing with an Xbox 360 controller, if you wonder. That's the good old Chevy truck that you get on the start, which is not too bad, admittedly, but it's also not the best thing in the world, I gotta admit. It's, when you can see, even though I have a traction mod on, yep, they tell you what to do, how you can do stuff. I usually skip the tutorial. I'm gonna leave it on now, just so you can kind of follow me what I'm doing. No, we don't want that either. We're just gonna... it will tell you, open the minimap and just go to the watchtower they tell you to go to. Easily achievable by ignoring that one here, which you could take on the start, but if you're not an advanced player, I suggest just to follow the tutorial. Mark that one with RT. Just mark it as this, so you have a kind of a point where you have to go to, which you can see now in the distance, and we're gonna drive there right now in our little small Chevy truck. Well, it's not small. I think it's smaller in real life. I'm not entirely sure how big that thing is. So take the pavement, which is a way better option to drive on than the mud. Whoa, okay. Yeah, it will tell you D-pad up. You can check your damage. Obviously, according to your keyboard, it will be different. I don't remember. Was it here to go? It's a bit a bit of time passed since I played that. I started a new game, so we're kind of both new again, right? So I think I'm gonna. I don't know if you guys want me to play the tutorial part or not. I'm just gonna leave it in now. You can leave in the comments if you want me to skip longer journeys like that, or if you want to be on board for them, which can be quite fun, to be fairly honest. I mean, there's crazy stuff going on in this game. And it looks beautiful. You gotta admit, for that thing is 10 GB big. Okay, I think people tend to forget how big games are these days. Like if you, for example, take Call of Duty. It has, what, 120 GB in size, and then you have this little game here from a little developer that actually gives you really good performance compared to other games. I mean, don't forget I'm running on a 8 years old processor, so my processor might be struggling. Plus I'm running RTX voice on my 1080 Ti, which also might struggle a little, since I'm not living alone and there's noises outside. I want to minimize as much background noise as possible. We're gonna take that watchtower, that's important, because watchtowers in this game reveal areas of the map, or parts of the map as they write here. So you wanna, over time, you wanna discover all these watchtowers here, because they are pretty important. They give you, they show you now how to mark your way to a thingy. What I'm more interested in is upgrades, for example, and trucks. And we're quite near a truck if you look here. Our next objective is to go to the truck, so we just mark it as so. You can also detailedly mark your way to there, which I don't do. I roughly mark my way to there since I know the map already. But if you're new, I suggest you mark it more detailed than what I'm doing here, and you avoid puddles like this. Yeah, I could have just gone on the grass and probably would have avoided driving through there. And on top of that, it's raining. Yay! So warm muddy streets. I mean, that's what the game is about, right? It's supposed to be a playground for men or women, depending what you like. There's women that like to drive trucks in the mud, why not? So it's a playground for men and women to drive trucks in mud and transport things from A to B. That's essentially the game sense behind it. And you finish map parts and continue to the next one. We'll come to that later. So I found my first truck. It's the highway truck, which I absolutely despise. You will see why in a bit. Even though I have a grip mod installed, which simulates closer the grip that a truck or a tire has on the ground you're on. For example, if you put mud tires on the Chevy, you will see much better acceleration on the mud, essentially. So what the game wants us to do now is find out what our next objective is. What we're gonna do for this is go to the contracts. We're gonna see old bridge construction. They want us to construct that bridge, which we need to do in order to progress in the game, because this is still part of the tutorial, so they want to teach you how things work here. We're gonna activate that. It's tracking. I know where I have to go, so I'm not gonna mark me the location, but if you're new, you want to mark yourself the location, either as I showed you or by detail setting multiple waypoints to the way you want to go. I'm not gonna set any because I know already where I have to go. So we're gonna remove that. That just shows you bring stuff to that location and build a bridge. That's essentially what we're doing. Honk the horn. Beautiful looking truck models though. Like I said, the game is, in my opinion, even for today's standard, and I know everybody's picky these days with graphics and stuff like that, but I think it's really good looking. So you see, I mean, you can kind of guess why I hate that truck. We're gonna go in low gear, and low gear is essentially there to help you get out of sticky situations. But I think I'm stuck. I can't believe it. Okay, what we're gonna do now is we have to winch. There's no other way. We're not gonna get out of this not winching. So I am in a bit of a predicament right now because all the winch points around me are soft winch points. Like these trees here, these two trees in front of me, they're gonna break just me looking at them. I mean, you can see that tree is already on the verge of giving up, exactly. So we want to... I can't believe I got stuck here. It's the first time I get stuck on this. Okay, we're gonna try to wiggle our way out maybe. Let's have a look. Wiggle the tires left and right a little. That helps often enough. Try to get a bit on the grass here. Get some traction. So the front tires can work a little with that wiggle action. Put a bit more torque on the backside of the tires. A bit more RPM. Which is not always good because, as you can see, I start digging myself slowly a grave here of my own. I'm trying with the fast button to latch onto anything I can see here. But I mean, you see how... That's why I hate this truck on the start. It might be the grip mod because this has highway tires, so that might be the reason why it doesn't want to climb that way here. So what we're gonna do now? I had enough. We're gonna go backwards and I'm gonna winch onto that point in front of me if the game lets me. Okay, let's lower the RPM a little. I'll go with low gear, which reduces the amount the tires spin, to say it in layman's terms. It gives you more torque on the tires, which means the tires will turn slower, but create less of a mess, so to say. They don't dig as deep into the ground. They will actually grip on to the stuff that is going on. Okay. Second gear. We're slowly making our way up now. It's always that little bit on the start I struggle with. The rest is perfectly fine and easy. No, not easy, because we have to go back down there later on, so it will be quite a mess. So we're gonna get up here, try to get towards the objective point. We're now in the city. Welcome to the city. City part. There's no AI here. There's no vehicles, no human beings running around or driving around, unless you're playing with a friend, which you can do in co-op mode. I play alone because I have no time for. I'm kidding. I just want to play alone because I can play on my own pace and I don't have to wait for anybody or anything. I can stop when I want to because I also have other stuff to do on the side. So yeah, I'm gonna take that metal planks. You just do that by pressing A. You can also load your cargo with a crane, which you do by pressing RT. We don't have a crane, obviously, so we're gonna take it as this. A good way to get traction sometimes on the back tires, I found, but also a good way to dig yourself in is to get cargo on the back of the truck, which can result in weird situations, but also in positive situations. I don't know how to describe it differently to you, but that's just how this works in this game. I hate that it rains. For the first playthrough of a game like this in my lifetime, it rains. And if you're scared of playing these games, I tried out way back briefly spin tires, and I really didn't like the camera of it and the controls. And I was like, I'm gonna give this here a shot and see how this plays out. So yeah, you will encounter different terrain and just explains to you what is all this about here. Why there's water, why there's mud, why there's street, pavement, and rocks and trees and barriers that you need to ignore. I played way back then spin tires. Tried it at least, gave it a little shot at a friend's place, and I didn't like the controls of it and the whole thing. And then I saw SnowRunner coming out, and I was like, I gotta get that. I gotta give that a shot. That looks interesting. Like the camera is more centered, right? You can go first person if you want to, and yeah, I got addicted, and I'm still addicted. It's my second playthrough. So cargo management, open that up, unload the stuff, get a little tiny cutscene, and we see, oh, we built the metal frame of the bridge, and now it wants us to get wood planks, as you can see up in the upper right hand corner. And where do we get that? If you're new, you open your game minimap and you can see the arrows up are where you pick up stuff, and the arrows down, I can barely see that arrow here, but you can, yeah, you can see it now. Is where the arrows down is obviously where you bring the stuff. So there's a trailer here with wood on, with two wood planks on. I'm not gonna take that. I'm just gonna pick up the wood planks and make my way back to the bridge, because I don't want that trailer with me yet. So we're gonna take a slow approach backwards. I know, I could have turned there easily. I know. But hey, we're not in a hurry. I'm not gonna hurry this let's play. If you're in a hurry, please feel free to look outside the window and take your time. Learn to take your time. I had to learn this in the game because I'm a rather impatient type of human, type of a guy. And I needed to learn to be patient in this game, and I needed to learn to be really patient in this game. Like, this game will teach you to be patient if you're not already. So it's a good way to learn stuff. You know, you never learn enough. I'm 33 years old and I still haven't figured out to be patient, but the game is teaching me to be patient. So as you saw in the starting scene, I was stuck, man. I was kind of afraid I had to recover there, but I wasn't giving up. So yeah, I learned that in this game. Don't give up. You can get here anywhere with not every truck. That much I can tell you. You will need good trucks in this game to get some of the places. There's some places later where you just wish you had that better truck and you don't have it, and you're wishing for something better than this here. Which you should do. You should immediately, as soon as you can, get something better than this here. Because this thing is not, even for the start, a pleasure to drive. Unless you're really comfortable with torturing yourself. And that game knows how to torture you, trust me. That game knows it. I played, to come back to what I said on the very start here, I played with these starter trucks on the very start. I didn't know I could sell them and get my money back. I had no idea how that was working, right? I was new and I had no clue what is happening. So I played with these trucks on the start and I hated my life. I almost gave up. But you know, like I said, I mean, like, just like now, the game teaches you, hey man, take a chill pill. You know, be patient, winch yourself on stuff. If you wonder how I'm winching so fast, I think it was F on the keyboard and the Y button on the Xbox controller. And the triangle controller button on the PS4 must be then, right? And that's how you can winch yourself so fast. It will use the angle of your camera, so if you look like this, you can winch yourself like that. Or if you look like this, it will winch like... Okay, sometimes that won't do it. That was the best showcase scenario that could have happened. Perfect, right? Oh, there's slight damage models to the stuff. You can see on the back it's a bit deformed, my lights and stuff like that. Your truck will get nasty, but water will clean it. Just like in real life. But it will get nasty again, so it's... I love how the trucks look when they get muddy and the rims are all messed up and stuff like that. It's amazing. There's tons of mods for this game. I will leave a link down low in the description, obviously, where you can get all these mods and have a great time. So each episode will be around 30 minutes or longer, depending on what mission we're doing. We need to be a bit conservative with time in terms of episode length, because I don't want people to have to watch a 50-minute episode. This is a lot of time to invest into one video. Unless you're doing something on the side and you're just watching it like a podcast, you know, like glimpsing over, which I often do, admittedly. So, we did our first job. We rebuilt the old bridge, and it tells you what to do and how you can see your profile. So the bridge is done, and now the objective is to find our garage, and this is the profile you can see. I don't know why I didn't change the name yet. I changed it in the Epic Launcher, trust me, I did, but it hasn't done that yet to Dan the man. So I'm gonna get to the garage. Most new players will do the mistake and go here to the left, but I think you can make it out already. There's electricity mast, or how you call these. I don't know how you call them in English, but they're huge. And they're for electricity, to transport electricity, to transmit electricity, I should say. You don't want to go that way. I have seen people, including myself, trying to squeeze that truck through that hole there. So what you want to do is you just go through here, which the starting part is a bit tricky here, but it's not a problem. And if you get scared of that fallen tree there, don't be afraid. You're on a massive truck. You just drive right over that thing. Even though there's trees, man, I tell you, I've never seen such tough trees in my life. And I was in the bigger trucks, like, I mean, the heavy duty trucks. We're about to get, when you see the mud flying up like this, you know you have too much RPM under the wheels and you wanna go into low gear so you can dig yourself out easier and give the truck a chance to get out. And try not to do the same mistake as I do. Don't try to drive as less in these grooves as possible, because you're gonna dig yourself in just like I did before. 55 miles an hour maximum. Well, that thing is not gonna even get close to that. We're like at 10 miles right now. 20, barely 20. Fifth gear, 20 miles. Maybe making, I think 15 right now. Oh my god. Yeah, 20 is like, I think the maximum of this. So that's why I will show you a way, maybe in this episode or maybe in the next episode. We'll find out. We'll find out in a bit how to get easily a better truck in this game. And it's really not hard. It's really easy, honestly. Especially if you have the DLC scout, which I will show you in a bit. We're almost at the garage, so I'll be able to showcase this to you. So we're going to go here through the water, no problem. I told you, I mean that pass is really easy. I managed to squeeze myself through the other pass the first time I did this, and it's not as much harder, but it's just annoying to. I was half an hour busy squeezing myself through there somehow, and like, when I discovered this path, I was like, oh, okay. So you can see they leave you some trailers here with some stuff on them. You have found the garage, so you can explore and discover watchtowers, make contracts. You can open a map in the garage. There's an upgrade waiting for you here. And we discovered a new truck. Look at that. So that... let's mark this. Mark that. Show the truck. So that is the all-wheel drive for this truck right next to us. What you want to do now is open your... Yeah, we got to the garage. You want to winch to that little truck here. And pull that truck into the... because it's broken. You want to pull that truck into the garage space here. Go move with that truck to the garage. Okay. It might want you to... Yeah, it wants you to go to Alaska directly. Okay. Because the first time I did a little trial before this here to see if I still got a little, stuff going. And when I skipped the tutorial, I could go outside directly again and collect my my truck, which we're not gonna do now. We're just gonna follow the rules. So what you wanna do is retain your truck, no matter what button that is. It's shown on the lower right, so you can travel with your truck. That's really important. And I'll show you the truck store briefly. You can see I have a modded Chevy in here. I have a modded Dairy Longhorn, one of my favorite looking trucks. That thing looks amazing. And I think I had a modded Collab too. Yeah, modded Collab, modded Azov for anybody that played already. And Crest also, which is pretty decent and quite cheap. And also modded TAS, which is 10 times better than the original, by the way. Like, I mean, it's the original is already good, but this is even better. So this is your first scout vehicle that you get, and you want to sell this truck. This might sound stupid, okay, but you want to sell this. You're not gonna need it, so you're gonna sell this truck. You're gonna deploy this one here. No, good bullshit. You wanna put that back in. You're gonna go to this menu. Gonna open your global map. Go to Alaska. Go to the Alaskan map, and you just press your mouse on it, or your right trigger, your right turning thingy. Or what you can also do is go here, just press A or Enter, close this stuff there, and just go to the garage in Alaska, which we're gonna do now. Which is, by the way, my favorite place in terms of looks and diversity of of ground features. So we're in Alaska. We're gonna take out our little truck because we sold the other one, right? We'll go to customize, see if we can buy anything already. I think we can buy that engine already. So we're gonna sell. You always want to sell your parts that you buy, always. Like if you buy a new part and you have an old one laying around, sell the old one. It's gonna go crazy. You want to buy an autonomous winch after you sold that truck as soon as you can, because you're gonna hate yourself if not. The roof rack, sadly we can't buy it. I would take it. Do a bit of outside customization, right? Do some thingies here, bit of the backside here. Sorry, I'm always fast with this. I'm later more picky with the trucks. And we're gonna color it nicely. What are we gonna do? I was thinking of an army green or something like that. Or maybe gray, it looks good too. Since we're in Alaska, let's go with white, hey? We're in Alaska, snowy area. So we're in Alaska, welcome to Alaska. They will tell you, open your map, right? And check out stuff. Check out contracts. You're not gonna wanna start in Alaska. Ever. It's the worst place for a new player to start. Instead, you're gonna drive out of your garage. And you're gonna follow the road outside the garage. There's a trailer store. You can buy trailer there. We'll not get into that yet. What we're... yeah, it's icy streets, so please be careful. You have no chains on this truck. Or on your Chevy. No matter which one you choose to use for this mission. That I'm sending you on. So you want to follow the street here? I will either speed this up or... So if you encounter that bridge, fear not, you don't have to build that bridge. It would tell you, in the world there's many things like this that you need to build first before you get anywhere. But, haha, tricky us. Just drive around a bridge like so. Gonna go through that river like so. You will go through it with a Chevy too. It's just a matter of a bit of squeezy, and make sure you're on the side of the trees where the trees start there, so you can winch yourself in case you need to. The trickiest part is yet to come, so we're just gonna keep following that road. And as you can see, the road is opening up slowly, and we're just gonna keep following it until we're gonna need to take a right, which will be soon. And I will need to slow down here quite a bit in a minute, because I know... oh, little lag. That's more my PC than anything else, plus the recording and the NVIDIA voice, RTX voice is maybe a bit too much for my processor, but he has to handle it. So we wanna take a ride here at some point in our life. It's the only exploration you're gonna do in Alaska on the start, okay? You're not gonna do anything else here. You have not any vehicle to do this. It's gonna be already hard with the Chevy to get here. Okay? It's gonna be already hard with the Chevy to get here. So we're gonna get that the Royal BM17. It's not, like I said, it's not far from where you start. So we're gonna try to get up that hill steadily. As long as I don't dig myself in the ground, I will not go into low gear. There's no need for it, as long as the car is keeping traction and getting up the hill. As you can see, I try to avoid the grooves of the street, which doesn't work always good. So where do you want to go from here? You want to go left. You want to go this way, you want to continue the street here, and then we will uncover this. I'm not going to the watchtower for a reason. I'm not here to explore. I'm just here to grab that one beautiful looking Royal BM17, which we're not gonna keep because that truck is not good. Even later with upgrades, trust me, I tried it. It's just not worth it. There's better things out there that make way more fun, that are way more fun to drive and make you happier and less frustrated. Obviously, if you want to set yourself challenges or you love that truck out of personal reasons, memories, dad, granddad or something, you know, then obviously go for it. But other than that, if you have no emotional bonds to the truck, get the hell rid of it. Trust me. So you want to keep yourself on the right here as much as you can. Go in low gear so you don't get stuck and dig yourself into a hole that you can't escape anymore. Be patient, right? I mean, you're halfway in the water here, as you can see. You're gonna get over it. It just takes a bit of patience and time. It will work. It should. If you're scared, you could try to get out of the water and get on the little bit of pavement, you can call it, that is there. Make sure you hold yourself on the right here to keep the trees on your right, so you can winch onto them. And I can also activate the diff lock. I'm a dummy, I forgot that. And what you wanna do next is drive over here. I know it's creepy, back into the water, but we have to get up that hill slowly but steady. If you can't get up with the normal truck, winch yourself on the trees on your right. A little trick I always tell people, or always tell anybody that starts the game, winch yourself from the back also. If you don't have a tree in front, but you have one grabbable from with the back winch, I mean, I will just showcase this to you real quick. If you winch like this, right, it will still pull you forward in a certain direction. So, new truck discovered, Royal BM17. No, little lag, no problem. So what you're gonna do now is change truck, jump into that beauty. That beauty is messed up till the limit. You're supposed to refuel it. I'm not a hardcore player. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna recover to the garage, which will bring me back to the garage up here. And I don't wanna stay in the garage. I'm gonna retain that vehicle. Gonna open the map again. Go click on the tab up there, on the map tab, onto my Khan Marshall or on your Chevy. Get that thing and recover that also. If you're not a fan of recovering, sorry. I love to do it. It's such a good escape way. So what we're doing now is essentially we're just gonna sell that thing because it's as bad as the other trucks on the start. Not as bad, probably better, but you still wanna sell it because there's better stuff out there. 110%. I promise you. So what we're doing now, we're gonna teleport back on the global map, right? Go back to, we actually don't have to go back to Michigan. What I'm gonna show you is, you wanna go to the truck store, and either you wanna buy yourself the International Paystar 5070, which is a huge improvement over anything you get here, or the next best thing, or the even better thing, if you have the cash for it, you wanna buy the, which you should have after what I showed you. You want to buy the Azov 64131, which is by far the better option. It is slower and maximum speed, but it will get you through anything. So it says you can't buy it here. You're gonna open your global map and you see you're here in Alaska right now. You see up there Tamir. So you go to Tamir. There's a garage open, it says, in the Drowned Islands, and you do the same thing as before in Alaska. You just click that garage. You're gonna be a happy little hippo going here into the garage. And then you're just going to wait the loading screen. It's interesting, right? That little wheel there. It's a bit of dirt digging. Okay. So you wanna go to the truck store and you want to get yourself the Azov. The Azov, in my opinion, is the best truck that you can buy on the start. There's no doubt about it. This truck is 10 times better even than the International Paystar. People gonna hate me for it, but it's just the truth. The Azov is a monstrous machine. I mean, the International Paystar, that one here, I bought the first time I found out I could sell my other trucks, and I bought that one first because I didn't wanted to travel to Russia because I didn't know how to do it. Or not how to do it, I just didn't want to go there and do the whole fiddly billy with the stuff coming back. But it's easier as you think. So you wanna go for the Azov. Since I played through this game already, and even if you haven't, you can still get yourself the modded Azov. It doesn't matter. I think the unlocks for it are still locked behind behind levels, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, and you need to still find the engine and stuff like this. So even the 8-speed gearbox, kudos to the guy who made the mod. He made it amazing. So you see, I can't buy a race suspension yet. I need to be level 10 for it. So we're gonna see what tires we can get for it. I think we can't get any tires yet for it, yeah. We have to stick with the normal stuff here. Average. Ay. Well, as soon as I'm level 6, I can buy the bigger all-terrain tires, and I think at level, yeah, and also start buying them. These mud tires are great. So when you have the modded version, get these mud tires. Have the spare wheel on. Doesn't hurt anybody. I leave the default snorkel on because I just don't need a better one. Put a flatbed on here, because that's all you need for now. And modify the hell out of it. I don't want to have a little cap on it, so I'm just gonna buy fog lights because they're really important. Little front bumper for style. I wish I could buy already the other ones, but you can see they're at way higher levels, so they're out of our league right now. So we're gonna buy... we're not gonna buy an extras because it looks ridiculous. So we're gonna color it. And I have a color for this Azov, and that's black. I always paint the Azov black, so excuse me for my poor taste in color. And it's gonna go black. So what we're gonna do now is open the map. We were in Russia, right? We wanna go back to Michigan. That's the starter area. You wanna be in the starter area. So we choose the garage entrance. Go back into the garage. And then, before we do anything else, you wanna collect the other 2 vehicles that you still have standing around, like we did before. So, gonna open the local map, that's important. Go to the Fleet Star, it's right outside the garage. Oh, it got dark by now, okay. And we're just gonna, don't even need to recover. Just go into the garage. Good, okay starter truck, but still nothing compared to what I showed you now. You will see the difference, what I mean. What we're gonna do is retain this. We're gonna sell that beauty. Sorry, honey, but you have to go. We're gonna get the Chevrolet. Since we done the tutorial with it, we're just gonna do exactly the same with the Chevrolet. I think I can't customize this one. No, I have a customizable one that is way further customizable than this one. You can raise the trucks and put monstrous tires on these. I mean, you can see they look amazing. These are the mud tires I was talking about. But we're gonna sell this little beauty. Sorry, Chevy. But I have a Khan, and the Khan, the 39 Marshall is just the better scout. Let's be honest here. So, with that being said, with that being shown, we're gonna see each other in the next episode. That's quite a long one already. I think we're like over 40 minutes already. So, I will see you guys in the next one, and I hope you subscribe, leave a comment, and leave a like. It helps a lot, and we'll push the channel to bright as future. Okay, have a good one, guys. Bye bye.